worked out, I guess. Do you want to go back and try? Well, actually, let's train our Pokemon against each other, because we'll probably have more. That'll be more efficient anyway. Do you want me to try my Haunter against one of your Pokemon? Would that be all right, guys? Does anyone here want to fight me? 1v1 me, bro.
I am.
It's starting to get pretty late too. It's starting to get dark outside.
Okay, it is starting to get dark out. Okay. So, why don't we try to sneak into the tower like we were going to? I can turn us invisible, Quinn. So let's do that. I know it is getting kind of light out. You want to do that, Quinn?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to invisibilify.
You're gonna use invisibility?
Yeah, so I'm going to make myself and Quinn invisible. I guess I have to cast it twice, but I should have enough slots.
It's a concentration spell, so that means you can only use it on one person at a time.
Okay, so I'm going to use it on myself. Gizil is sneaky anyway. Or I could just sneak in myself.
It's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, you told these guys, so I guess it's really up to them if they want to follow you in or not. But you turn invisible.
Do you guys want to follow me, or do you want to just train Pokemon against each other?
I just want to train.
Well, so
I can sneak in while you guys train.
So Quinn, he's trying to sneak into the tower. Bottom line.
Yeah. Right.
Or you just want to train with
the old Wizard's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he turns himself invisible, and basically he put that out there if you wanted to come with him, if both of you wanted to come with him, anything like that.
You know what?
He's going to sneak into the old Wizard's Tower. Yeah.
So,
sounds pretty good.
Are you guys following me?
Deals on their app.
Cameron, are you following him?
Don't feel like you're last.
Quinn, are you going to follow him in?
I really don't want to.
Really?
I don't think this is going to end well. I really don't think this is going to end well. I'll just stand watch outside.
You look across the garden, you notice that only that one guard that you saw earlier is out there just kind of pacing around. He's just kind of walking amongst the garden. He'll come down this way, and he might go back here, or kind of weave in between them, but, he's just moseying around.
I get you.
So I'm very much going to sneak as far away from him as I can. He seems like a very alert guard from last encounter.
Come around like this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
And then there, and then come around here to the door.
Yeah, definitely. And what are you guys doing while this is happening?
Well, what's happening? Sorry.
So Tim is invisible, and he's sneaking around into the... So he went around here, and he's sneaking into the old Wizard's Tower. The guard is out and about, walking around here. Actually, I'll even add a thing in here for the guard. You guys are... It's up to you guys what you want to do.
He wants to sneak in somewhere.
Yeah, he's sneaking into the old Wizard's Tower.
Well, I can't really help him.
That's fair.
Door locked?
You reach it, and it is locked, but it is locked, yeah.
So I do need to roll to try to unlock it, I guess.
Not unless you have thieves' tools or lockpicks.
Oh, so I don't have anything I can use when I'm going to call really lightly. Hope the guard doesn't hear it.
Okay.
Hey, if Tim needs help, I'll be around to help him. I just don't feel like this is a good idea to go outside.
You'll be around. Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna sneak over there and help him. He's kind of calling to you to get the door unlocked. And the guard doesn't seem to notice.
But I ain't going in.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Go in.
Do you come over? Do you want to do a quick... I'll do a sleight of hand check for you to see if you can open the lock.
I have tools for it, don't I?
Yeah, you just have to... Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Bad roll.
It was a nat 1. That's incredible. Which, ironically, still adds to an 8 because he has a +7. The lock is, like, super simple, and it's just the fact that it's dark and he's not all that eager to get in, that it just does not want to unlock, and he ends up accidentally jamming the lock that's on it.
Are you kidding me? Why are we rolling so many nat ones? Okay, this is so frustrating. This is like the chest in the last one that was so frustrating. Okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to use a magic missile to blast the lock.
You would lose concentration and lose your invisibility.
Okay, so I say, yes, can you bring Jimmy over so he can knock the door down with his big strong...
I mean, I'm just standing there watching you idiots.
Yeah, he's like, you're over here and you're just kind of like looking around really chill.
Man, I hate to do this because is there any other way in?
You
so
notice that
search for...
there's a second door if you go up the little stairway there, and then otherwise there's like a balcony area. If there's some way to get up there, you see like some windows.
Okay, so we're going up the stairway to the second door. Hopefully Quinn won't roll another nat one.
Okay, so you go up here to the other door. That one's also locked. Quinn follows you up, and he's going to try to open this door. Okay, the guard still doesn't seem like he notices anything. He's going to walk... he's walking in between the trees. He's walking up over this way, though. You can hear him start moving towards you, though.
Great.
So, all right. So Quinn's going to make another sleight of hand check. He rolls... Oh, that's a lot better. That's an 18. All right. Or actually 20, sorry. Added 20. So yeah, that instantly, like, he easily gets the door unlocked. Quinn, you notice that the guard is starting to head towards you. He'll be able to see you guys shortly. What do you want to do?
Well, he won't be able to see me. He'll only be able to see...
Well, yeah, because you're invisible, so...
I want to murder him.
Stealthy.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
Why not?
Because that's not... You're not evil. You wouldn't murder a guard for no reason. He hasn't seen you yet.
Oh, well, can I just hide then?
Yeah, you can do that. You want to just, like, go... There's some trees over there. You can just hide behind those trees.
Sure.
Quick
Well,
stealth check
do you want
here.
to come in the tower in case I need to unlock more doors, Quinn? Or just step barely inside the door and I'll call you if I need you.
He really wants me to go, so I'll just go.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just a little nervous about doors in case there are any other doors.
I'll go. It's too late. I'm going.
All right. So yeah, you both are inside. I'm just gonna sit you here. You both go inside. It's a tall tower. The stairway leads up to. There's a stairway inside the tower that kind of spirals upwards from that main door that you tried to unlock before. It goes up past this door, and then it goes further up to the top, kind of up where you see the balcony / the windows up here. And inside is a room.
Are there any books, like any magic spells?
Oh yeah, there's tons of books. There's
Can I look through the books?
Yeah,
See
totally.
If I can learn any. Maybe I can learn a spell, or maybe I can learn what happened to the wizard. Can I just start looking through all the books? Do I need to do searching?
You start looking through the books. Do an intelligence check real quick.
Okay, just basic, intelligence, not
straight intelligence.
Okay.
So that's your 20 there?
20.
Your added 20? Awesome. Okay. So as you're looking through the books, you recognize a lot of the magic that they're discussing, and you also recognize they all look like research books, like books that he's been doing research, he's been taking notes, presumably the old wizard. And it seems like everything, based on partially the notes and partially some of the stuff that you're able to understand from them, everything seemed to be kind of a failure. Like all the magic that Eva's studying and trying to create or otherwise enhance all seem to just kind of suck.
Do I know why it failed? Like he was that bad?
Yeah, he just seemed to like either he was doing just really dumb, boring stuff, like he'd tamper with magic in ways that just seem so pointless and useless, or the stuff that he was working on that sounded useful didn't produce any results.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the classic like kind of alchemist, like, oh, I'm gonna try to turn things to gold, and it just didn't work out.
Classic.
Exactly.
Can I do a searching or investigation or anything to see if I notice anything else in the, like, what else is in the room?
Yeah, you can do that. Do an investigation. Then, Quinn, are you doing anything while you're in there, or are you just standing by the door? Keeping watch.
I follow Tim up there. I follow Tim with him.
What are you doing while you're up there? So he's looking through books. What are you?
I'm just kind of watching the door and watching his back.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good.
Is
All
there
right.
anything useful? Is there
You
any
notice.
items?
You notice sitting like kind of laid out on the floor as if someone dropped it or it fell off a table or something is a staff.
Okay, I'll pick that up.
Okay, you pick that up. It's
like
got
a wizard staff.
Yes, very much so. It has like an engravement of a creature on the top of it, and you're not sure what it could be because the odd thing about it is it's like a creature of many faces. So you see a lot of different beast faces coming out of this top of this. It's like it's been carved, like tons of creatures have kind of been carved into the top of this this staff.
Okay.
And you feel do an Arcana check, actually.
Okay. What? Arcana.
And while he's doing that, Cameron, are you doing anything while you're outside? Just kind of keeping an eye on things.
I'll just make sure that no old-looking wizard-type people walk by.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. So yeah, you're just kind of chilling or looking around, making sure not to look suspicious, anything like that. The guard doesn't seem to care. He walks over to here, you know, he looks around, doesn't see anything suspicious, but he's not all that interested. He does this regularly, and he's not expecting anything to happen. He just took extra precaution of pacing around this area just because he knew you guys were interested, but since he hasn't seen anything yet to suggest that you guys tried to break in, it's all good. All right, Tim, you notice that you can kind of feel a slight magical energy emanating from this staff. I mean, you don't know anything about it. You just know, like, oh, this kind of feels like there's magic stored inside of this, in a sense.
So it could be really useful for me. I'm definitely keeping that. I might have someone check it at some point. I might go to a shop and have them identify it.
Sure.
Sorry, and the shop's still open?
Most of them are going to be closed today.
Okay.
You kind of feel.
Gives me any benefits? Like, okay, so you have the staff in here. Does it give me any benefits if I equip it?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is you feel like you could activate whatever power is stored inside of it. Like it feels like stored energy that. Like there's a ton of stored energy inside of this, and it feels like it could be used at any time. You're just not sure what it will do, but it feels like you could activate the magic that's inside of it. And you kind of start to notice that you feel like even anyone could activate this magic, not even like a magic user, like anyone could use this staff and the magic that's stored inside of it.
You know what? I guess I'll try to activate.
Oh, I was hoping you would.
I'm too curious.
You just died.
So on the dice roller, go to D100 and roll one of those for me.
Oh, random effect. Sorcerers?
I love these.
Sorcerer's Tower?
Something along those lines.
Oh, I know what he just found.
A 53. All right, Tim rolled a 53.
Hey.
Okay, so Tim, you feel the urge to activate this magic, and you do so, and suddenly inside of the room that you're in, so there's kind of like one or two tables, and then of course there's kind of desks or counters tops that line almost all the walls around, except for of course the door, where kind of messy books and other research notes and whatnot up here are sitting. And in a space nearby you that's not occupied by a table, a camel appears. And it just kind of sits there. Or, well, it stands there, but it just seems like it's waiting. It's not scared by you or anything like that. It just is sitting there waiting. Quinn, obviously, you see this as well. So there's currently a camel in the room with you.
Cool.
So, I'm still invisible, so I'm going to proceed to take it down the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm going
Yeah, you can do that. Do a do a animal handling check, and see if you're able to get it down the stairs. It actually seems very docile. It's just kind of confused by the fact that some invisible force is pulling it right now.
Okay. Is that good enough?
Oh yeah. It's honestly, it's trained, and so it just kind of like, oh, something is pulling my like, it's got a saddle on and everything, and it's like, something's pulling my saddle. I guess I'm going this way.
So I'm going to walk down, and since the guard is since I'm invisible to the guard, I'm just going to walk down, and I'm going to kind of walk far enough away that the guard can't just feel me, but like I'm just going to walk with this camel pretty near the guard.
Okay. So
That's the guard.
So are you trying to avoid the guard seeing you?
Well, I know he won't see me. I want him to see the camel.
Oh, yes.
I just don't want him to touch me, or I mean, if he hears me, he'll probably hear the camel, so I probably hear me over that.
Yeah, he turns around and he sees this camel just kind of walking along on its own, and he says, "Huh. Well, looks like I gotta talk to Farmer Steve again, letting his animals loose. Good thing it's just the camel this time." And he just kind of ignores it as it walks by, and it looks interested in the flowers, and he goes, "Hey there, don't you dare eat those flowers. I won't cause a problem if you don't." And the camel just kind of goes, and he goes, "Yeah, that's right."
And so I'm just gonna kind of walk over to Jimmy, and I'll be like, "Hey, I found us a new ride."
So Jimmy, this camel walks up to you, and suddenly the voice of Tim just goes, "I found a new ride," but no Tim or no Terrin.
What?
I found us a new ride, Jimmy.
Wait, is he the camel?
Yeah, you're probably super confused.
You actually might think that. That's actually a very logical conclusion. You are currently convinced that Tim is a camel somehow.
Terrin? How'd you turn into a camel?
I'll go with this. Long story, but why don't you get on my back and ride me?
Oh.
Okay.
So he's getting.
Hey, Quinn, what are you doing right now?
I'm gonna ride him like none other.
Alright, so you jump onto the camel's back.
Okay, and I'm going to smack this camel as hard as I can in the back.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And it goes, and it starts to like gallop. It starts to like freak out. and Quinn is just like being galloped around town. And this camel's like freaking out. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Oh, so Jimmy didn't get on yet.
No, Jimmy didn't even get on.
I call out, Terrin, where are you going?
Are you following after him?
Yeah, I'm chasing after him.
So you're like running after this camel as it's running, as Gizil's being jostled about around town. And finally it comes to a stop right here, and you catch up to it.
And I'm just sitting there laughing.
Oh, I bet.
Where the? So wait. Okay.
I'm kind of watching what's going on, maybe getting a little closer so I can see.
Terrin, why'd you turn yourself into a camel? Why would you do something like this? Oh my word.
I'm not.
Hey, Quinn, what are you doing? So this camel just stopped after like, you having to ride it all around town now, and it finally came to a stop. Jimmy's right there.
Does this mean I get your Xbox?
I don't know. I'm just kind of sitting there, kind of thrilled by the ride, honestly.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm gonna need it. I mean, I'm laughing at the situation.
Oh, I bet you would. And you know that obviously the camel is not Tim because you were there.
Okay, so I'm going to call out from behind Jimmy.
Okay.
I'm over here. Huh?
Where? What? I thought, what? Who's saying that?
So I'm going to move, and I'm going to call again, just to mess with him. Like, Jimmy, I'm over here. We're watching you.
What the fuck? Don't say that.
I'm like disguising my voice, and it's like, I'm gonna. So, should I just? And I think I'll just appear right. I think I'll just appear right behind Jimmy. Like I'll break my concentration, so I'll be right behind Jimmy, and then I'll just appear.
Okay. I mean, you can just deactivate the spell whenever you want. You can just tell me you want to deactivate it. So, okay. Yeah, so you deactivate it. Oh. Then he's standing there behind you. Quinn's still on the camel.
So Jimmy,
yeah?
I told you I found this great new camel.
Yeah.
So we can sell it, or we can ride it, or but here, take this staff. Take this staff I found too. It's really cool. You can get your own camel.
I want my own okay. And I grab the staff and I use it immediately.
All right, roll me a D100.
Okay.
I mean, he gets his own camel. What could go wrong?
I'm not gonna get my own camel. I already know how this dice works. But sure, yeah, I'm gonna get my own camel.
60.
I mean, you have a 1% chance of getting your own camel, don't you?
Dang it.
I don't think you know what this die does.
Shoot what?
Nothing seems to happen.
Dang.
Dang it, it would have been a lot better if that was done about a minute ago.
What is it special for me?
I won't say anything.
I want a turn.
Can I try to activate the same thing that Jimmy activated? Like the same? Is there any way to control what's activated since I'm like a match?
I mean, you don't know for sure if there is a way to activate the same effect twice. You're not sure. I mean, you just found the staff. You don't even know how it works in general. You just know that when you activate it, something happens.
Okay.
And so far, a camel has appeared, and then Jimmy tried to do it, and nothing happened.
I'm sorry you didn't get your camel, Jimmy. Maybe it's because you don't like use the art. We can let Gizil dry and.
Would Jimmy think that it was broken and try again?
Yes.
Or maybe. Oh, okay. Go ahead. You like shake it a couple times. You're like, what the heck? And then
so I guess I'd have to do like, there you go. There's a bunch of rules.
Oh, you got this.
Oh yeah, you probably shake it like 3 times.
All right. So. Okay, so first thing that happens, the first time you shake it, it starts to snow starts to fall in around the entire town, like just
that
anywhere.
Sounds very much like my situation. It's
anywhere you can see. Oh yeah.
But it snowed on the Panhandle, not here yet. But
yeah, it just starts to snow. The second thing that happens when you shake it is that this tree right here. It bursts into flames.
Yes, perfect.
And so I'll draw that real quick. So that's flames. And then the third thing that happens is actually that's all you notice at the moment. Is those 2 things happen?
After both that happens, Jimmy lets out a bellowing, cackling laugh while going, I am the Lord of Chaos!
Yes.
And then that's when Gizil's like, I want to turn. All right. So yeah, he's asking if he can use the staff.
Okay.
Okay, so you roll for him anyway.
So you guys are cool with him using it? Then?
Roll.
I'm cool with him.
Oh,
using
okay.
it.
All right, so he's rolling. He got a straight 90.
There we go.
Hey, you're back. Okay, so yeah, they give you the staff to use. You rolled it. Okay, so just real quick, Jimmy asked to use it
and lit a tree on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say he used it once and nothing happened, so he got frustrated and he activated it like 3 more times. The first time it started snowing around the entire, like, everything you could see, it's snowing.
Okay.
The second thing was it started on tree on fire, and the third thing you're not sure. Actually, you do notice. Jimmy, as you take a step to hand Gizil the staff, Terrin, you notice that he has like huge footprints, like freaky monster, giant monster footprints.
I mean, he is Jimmy, and he is.
This is true. They're different than his. They look like a bigger, like they're leaving bigger footprints than he.
Is he looking like he's bigger now?
No, just the footprints that he's leaving. His feet don't even look as big as the footprints.
Jimmy, why are your footprints so big?
And he oops, that's cool.
Big hands.
Also, is the Pokemon guy freaking out because his tree next to him is on fire?
He's actually not. He went back into his house. He's not even there. So this little bush, it's more of like a bush, like a large bush, but it's like pretty well burning down. Okay. It's almost out.
Is it so? It's not spreading to anything else?
No. Quinn, you use the staff, and a note, like a little piece of paper, appears in your hand.
Okay.
And it says, "Thank you." Thank you for using this staff. A contingency spell has been activated. Thank you. Come again. Bye.
Contingency spell. Okay.
No.
I don't know what that means.
Does that mean we can't use it again?
If anything, Tim probably has heard of this since he studied magic, so I'll speak through him in... You ask, like, what is a contingency spell? I'll speak through him. A contingency spell is like a spell that you would cast with another spell. And you would... This happens, this spell activates. So, for instance, you would cast a contingency spell with a breathe underwater spell to let you breathe underwater. And you would say, if I'm ever submerged in water, this spell will activate.
Mm-hmm.
So, essentially, a contingency spell has been cast on you, and something will happen given some certain circumstance you have no idea.
So I said, Gizil, go jump in the lake and see if it activates on that.
What?
I don't think that's how it works, James.
You would know that's not how it works. That's not what he just said.
I know, but he just said if I was swimming through water.
That was just an example. That's just an example.
Yeah, mine was.
Like, it could literally be anything.
Well, no, it correlates to what you were doing with the rod. You were shaking it.
Okay. So if
okay, so I asked...
It does normally, but since, like, due to the circumstance and the random magic of it, it could be anything.
Okay, so I asked the guys, can I have the staff back? I want to try it and examine it and see how to get what effects. Like, kind of as I do the effects, like I'm going to test it and see how it works a little bit.
I mean, Quinn, you're the one with the staff. Are you going to hand it back to him?
I'm the magic.
I want to shake it 3 more times like Jimmy.
Oh, God.
Shake it 3 more times first.
Alright, we got a 53, an 8, and
I got my own camel.
You did get your own.
Yeah, another camel appears.
Are they the same gender?
No, Tim.
No, they aren't.
You have not studied animals. You have no idea.
I mean, do they seem like they're... How do they seem...
They both look like a pair of camels.
So you don't know how they're acting toward. I mean, you'd think if one was male, I can tell. It's a camel.
Oh my word! Why? Okay, Tim. I just want to establish that camel appeared, and the first thing you did was look underneath of it to see.
Well, I haven't even checked the previous camel. Let me go over there and check.
Let's go. You're just over there lifting each other's legs.
The second.
Tangerine, you pull out a ruler.
Is it bigger than mine? The second shake that you do, nothing seems to happen.
Open it up.
But the third shake, you notice that your pocket suddenly becomes like fuller. Feels like something either is in your pocket or there's something taking up space in your pocket. Maybe something got larger, but your pocket feels like it just increased its mass.